Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Scout's Tarot, where curiosity and the divine align. This is your December 2021 reading, and this is for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Two things off the bat. One, apologies for missing your November 2021 journal reading. New Year's resolution, I will do better to make sure I have time to do your readings. And number two, apologies for any external sounds you may hear, such as traffic noises, sirens, construction sounds, all that stuff. I live off a pretty busy road, so it's just, can't really work around it. So we're going to work through it. But I digress. Let's get into your reading, Aquarius. So upon reviewing your October reading, I wanted to just double down on some of the energies that I picked up on back then and try to see if that can add some context to November and for our month now of December. So you had the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. So all that energy was based on trying to navigate using your intellect, your rationality, your passion and ambition to a place where it doesn't feel like you're basically like SOL, like you're just like wiped out. You're every time you face a new challenge, it takes everything out of you, or you start a new job, you put your whole self into it, and at the end of it, it's like, oh my God, right? So the energy, the advice going into November was based off of you aligning with your passions and then allowing the space of gratitude to exist whenever you did get that job. Yes, it may wipe you out, it may be a hurdle, it might be a challenge, but you're like, phew, at least I had that experience. I was able to learn from it. I was able to take it into the next project that I worked on and the next partnership that I formed. Which then takes us to our first card, which is the Eight of Pentacles. And this is my student card, the intern card. This is someone who is investing in themselves in terms of the work that they do in order to build up their financial stability, to build up their placement in the field. And I think for you, Aquarius, a lot of your work in the last few months has been focused on advancing in your field, right? So if that's enrolling in a certificate program, if that was completing a workshop that honed in on a certain skill set, if you're in a master's or a PhD program, whatever it is that you are investing, it's a long-term investment, right? Like you're focused on climbing this ladder of success that I feel like you're taking on a lot of like Capricorn energies here. So if Capricorn is one of your big three or something along those lines, or your Jupiter is in Capricorn, like I would just check out the Capricorn reading to see if that resonates as well. That you are focused on building up your toolkit, so to speak, as you're moving through your career, as you're journeying on this path. Because as we established in the October reading, you have a lot to offer, Aquarius. You're the innovator of the zodiac, right? You're always looking for new ways to inspire others, to create community, to build on what's already here for the betterment of everyone, right? You're the humanitarian, the philanthropist. This is your vibe, right? If what you're doing doesn't make the world a better place, I don't know how long you're going to do it for. Like there aren't many selfish Aquarians out there. That's not to say they don't exist. But I would say they're not as self-focused. They just may get caught up in some of our more earthbound needs and wants and desires. But that does bring me to our second card here that exists throughout the month of December. And that's the Queen of Cups energy. So this is very nurturing. It's very motherly in terms of like helping something along, right? It's how I'm reading this, Aquarius, especially because this, for me, it feels like this is more career-based, not really relationship-based, unless, you're working so hard and you're ignoring your partner. That could be what's happening here. And this advice could be perhaps, turn a polite eye to your partner, let them know that you're still thinking about them, that they still got a place in your life. Aquarians can very well easily get caught up in the work that they do, not because that, and ignore their partner, not because they mean to, it's because that the work that you're doing means something, right? That it has impact, it means something to you, and you just get caught up and you're like, oh yeah, I do have a partner. Whoops, where are they at? Not done on purpose. Well, maybe sometimes, but I digress. So the Queen of Cups energy for the month of December to me says that you're, whatever it is, the new opportunity that you're working on, new project you might be taking on, that you're gonna need to pull from some creative wells here. That you're going to need to figure out a way to nurture whatever project that you're working on and bring to it a new way to push it along, so to speak. That some people may have seen this as toil. You saw this as investment. You're at the part where you're just about done with your investment, or you've reached a point where you can now practice, right? You can now apply it. And I think you're going to find yourself in a space where it's like, you may be like given a seminar or a workshop or a training, something like that, where you're going to apply whatever it is that you've learned. And there are going to be people there who you're like, wait, I may need to do this a little bit different. I'm really going to need to wow them now, right? I'm going to need to do this in a way that really sticks the landing. And I think you're going to pull from the more emotional space versus, say, your more intellectual space, because you're an air sign, Aquarius, but you are the water bearer. So you're able to carry emotional depth from one place to another through your intellect. So I think you're going to need to really like pull on both of those strings in the month of December to make sure that whatever task is set before you, whatever job you have, project you're working on, that you're using both sides of the brain, so to speak. Which brings us to the Two of Pentacles energy. This is honestly one of my favorite cards, Two of Pentacles, because it is about like balancing priorities, juggling our responsibilities, yada yada. But to me, this is, you have two really dope things happening right now, Aquarius. You got one job over here, you got a project over here, you got a side hustle, the main gig, whatever it is that you're balancing out here, Aquarius. Because again, you're a multifaceted air sign. You can generally have a couple of different things on the stove, right? Cooking up a whole meal. So it does require you to be a little bit more varied in your approach to work. So you can, whatever the impact is that you want to have in the world, that you're meeting it on some level. So you may have a part-time job, a freelance job, a full-time gig, a weekend side hustle. You may have a lot of stuff going on. So what I'm picking up here is that you're going to need to balance out your emotional needs, right? Like what all the jobs that you're doing, which ones are really meeting your expectations in terms of the emotional impact that it's having on you, the way you can express yourself, and then the value that you're creating in the world. Like, how are you creating inspiration in others? Are you creating or establishing roots of ambition or abundance on your team or in the project that you're working on? Like, what is really happening in all these jobs that you got? And the Two of Pentacles is asking you, like, once you figure that out, right? Because you're on a journey here, right? These ships are moving. That as you're moving along your path, you may need to figure out, okay, which one isn't doing the most it could, or the best, or whatever it is, and then deciding which of those things gets to stay. So if you got a side hustle, passion project, you got a weekend freelance gig, whatever it is, if it's like, well, it was fun while it lasted, but it's not really doing anything for me right now. It's not really landing the way it used to, or you got another gig, especially again, Queen of Cups energy, whatever place you find yourself where you're pulling from your more intuitive and emotional spaces and creating this beautiful creative space for other people, that impact that you want to have. If any of the jobs and hustles that you got going on, Aquarius, isn't aligning with this energy, going into January, you may need to figure out, okay, well, which one am I sliding? Which one is getting left behind? Which can be kind of difficult, but Aquarius, I feel like you have enough of that cold air sign characteristic that you'll be able to know and cut the strings without any hard feelings. All right, so we're going to pull from our Oracle of the Seven Energies deck so we can get some clarity around this Eight of Pentacles energy. So I'm in my magic, spiritually aligned. Okay, advice do we have for Aquarius, Celestial Divine? Ooh, and that is, great big love. Oh my God, this is so, sorry. Great big love, Is that number 26? Oh, that got me. That got me. Okay. All right. Great big love. And I am going to read from the book Aquarius because I always tend to find there's more to it than just like the little caption at the top. Love heals all wounds, begins all life. It sustains you when you are starving for grace, when you stumble and fall, when you lose sight of your purpose and fall prey to the limited perspective of the ego. Now is the time to fall in love and call in the awareness of the great big love that made you, which is ever pulsing through your veins. There is a heightened sense of awareness in the beginning steps of a relationship, when nothing else matters but who is in front of you. You see them, you see yourself in them, and you move in sync with the cadence of your hearts. You surrender to the magic you share and engage in a harmonious dance in a seamless set of movements, rising and falling with each moment, each breath. Although this card may portend such an intimate connection, you don't have to wait for a partner to experience it. Ooh. You're being invited now to explore love in all its beauty. Can you love without conditions, without needing things to be perfect? Do you love your life, what you do, and how you contribute to the world? Today, invite love with a capital L into your inquiry. You will be amazed, and your very question may change as a result. Love is the strength you need today, the lens you must look through to find the truth and your way. Love is the way, the only way, and the only answer. Oh, if that doesn't connect and bridge the work you've invested in yourself with the Queen of Cups energy of nurturing creative intuition and inspiration, I don't know what else could. Aquarius, you have so much to offer to the world, not just as an innovator, but as a creator, that you know how to take something and turn it into something else. You are a manifester of some of the highest order here, right? And I think you're finally in a space where you're matching, like I said, that intellect, your ability to communicate, to teach, to lead, with your ability to feel, to understand, to emotionally interpret accurately what it is that people are looking for when it comes to either the work that they do and the love that they create. And I think if you shift your lens from, say, a more personal one to a more emotional one with that the capital letter L, love, that you'll not only see your path more clearly, others will follow you as well as you're manifesting your destiny through your creative inspirations here. Oof, good golly, Miss Molly. So let's, on that happy note, let's see what we can get from the wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck. What advice do we have for dear sweet Aquarius, Celestial Divine, throughout the month of December? This Queen of Cups energy. What advice? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So we got this one, the Cosmos, and then we have two, the Queen of Light and the Winged Wise Ones. Normally, I only take two. Aquarius. But this one, all right, we're gonna have to make just a little bit of room here. We're just gonna slide over. So we have the Cosmos. All right, yeah. I may need to back this camera up in the future. The Queen of the Light and the Winged Wise Ones. So let's start first with Cosmos, because that was the first one that came out. But these two, like, flip not once, but twice. So I got to take them. All right. So, oops, hopes if I know what number it is. Number 41. All right. No, not 41. Wait, what is this? I thought that was the Cosmos, right? Am I in the wrong book? Ha, 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 ha. Ay, Dios mío, Aquarius. Look at me make mistake. Right in the middle. Okay, let's see. Number 41, that's 35. Oh, this is going to be like at the end. Oh my gosh. I guess that makes sense. The Cosmos. The Cosmos appears always as an ally and never as a challenger. Oh, here we go. Buckle up. Creativity in all forms is represented by the Cosmos. This is a sign to place your attention on creative projects. They will be successful. Phew. I'm telling you, whatever project you're taking on, Aquarius, whatever new workshop, seminar, whatever it is that you're doing, you're leading, you're partaking in, this is going to be magnificent. All right, back to the book. Remember that all of life is creative, and you're always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. As the water bearer, as one who's able to not just carry that water, but that intuitive spiritual connection from one realm into the next, this is 100% where your energy is at, Aquarius. This is the energy you need to focus on as you're building out your December project, whatever it is that you're taking on. This teaches us that every intention we set, in fact, is contagious with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others, from an individual level to a global one. Aquarius, you are all about that global impact. Whether you realize it or not, the work that you do always reverberates, right? It not just resonates with someone, but reverberates, meaning like it has the ripple effect. And again, that water bearer quality, the one drop that you make in a plastic water will create waves on the other side, right? It's going to continue because the energy that you're putting into the work that you do has an effect. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing your outer world. Most important, keep taking action toward your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Tell me I just said that. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. God. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, this is beautiful, Aquarius. And we still got 3 more cards to go. These 2 and 1 more. Or we'll see how many more. This is busy and fantastic. So we're gonna go with the Winged Wise Ones, number 34. Oop, just passed it. But yeah, you're all about that cosmos, man. That cosmic connection, that divine inspiration that you're able to plant in others, or at least inspire others to plant for themselves. Like, not everybody has that kind of gift, Aquarius. So you really gotta hone in on what it is that you want to do, how you can do it best, and then when you're in that space, just lean into it, right? All right, the Winged Wise Ones. Okay, well, I thought I could keep it neat. Sure didn't. Here we go. The Winged Wise Ones. The Winged Wise Ones represent the aid of all the angels. When you enter their realm, know that your sincere prayers will be answered according to the will of the divine. This also represents divine intervention and the potential of miracles to heal and transform as if by magic. All right, so we know back in October, Aquarius, we had that Ten of Swords energy, that beaten burden down. I've done this before. It hurts. That like you're at the last, the last thread, right? You're at the end of your rope type thing. And that sometimes it feels like, what is the point in going on? Or in continuing on this when it's just like, it's so much. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, okay? The Ten of Swords, like the Ten of Wands is about that burden. Ten of Swords is just being like wiped out, man. Like you spent every ounce of energy that you had on the intellectual level, in the job place, and the way you communicate. You're just like kaput, done. Winged Wise One saying, have faith. Whatever your circumstances, heavenly beings are watching over you. The Winged Wise Ones give you a glimpse of the future by offering messages whispered on the wind. These are translated within you as inspired thought, instantly unraveling the past and revealing the present. Be aware of the higher consciousness in you. This is a good time to observe your thoughts through meditation. Who is observing those thoughts? That self is kin to the winged wise ones who have come to help you soar. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, okay. And last but not least, we have the Queen of the Light, number 15. Oop, that's 13. Queen of the Light. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen this card. Well, not since I got the deck. So the Queen of the Light is a beautiful ally and comes into your life to herald success in all your ventures. Come on now, buckle up. She illuminates the most important steps in your path and reminds you of your own brilliance. You're intelligent and inspired, and all your needs will be met. Wow, there's so much blessing in this middle. Queen of Cups, the Cosmos, the Winged Wise Ones, and now the Queen of the Light. Remember that you're the instrument of the divine shining through you in this world. You're on the correct path for your highest good. The Queen also brings you insight into how you manifest reality in the most miraculous of ways. Right? We talked about the miracles, right? Sometimes when you're combining that intellect with your emotional and spiritual, space, Aquarius, that intuition that you have, that you, for others, it may be like, how are you doing this? This is incredible. Where did you get that idea from? That inspired thought. For them, they will see it as like miraculous, right? They're like, I never would have thought of that. How, Aquarius, how? So the Queen of the Light promises that you'll be shown the next right action and celebrates you as you stand brilliant, joyful, and enlightened in the present time. You've worked hard to come this far. 10 of Swords, right? Who we kidding? You can be proud to stand tall in your conviction that in your heart of hearts, you know the truth of your situation. Right? And you've been doing this work, right? That 8 of Pentacles energy. You've been putting in the work, investing in yourself, trying to advance in your field, trying to make sure that when it is time for you to answer that call, that clarion call, that you're prepared. And we all know that clarion call has that spiritual connection, right? That when it is time to step up and play your role, play your part in this great web that is, the life, universe, and everything, that you're ready. Rewards for your perseverance and willingness to learn, oh my God, are on their way. Gratitude and acceptance are key today. Okay, so in your October reading, you had the Spirit of Gratitude card, if I'm not mistaken, part of the Oracle of the 7 Energies deck. This just said that you need to keep going with that. Keep acknowledging that every experience, every lesson that you learned, every task that you take up, every job that you worked has meant something. It's building you into this larger journey, that you're manifesting that which is your destiny. And the Winged Wise Ones are here to not just confirm that, but to guide you along that path. Because sometimes, especially after that 10 of Swords energy, it can feel like, okay, well, I was grateful, but not anymore. Now I'm tired. This is the time to rely on the intuitive gifts that you have here, Aquarius, and to recognize that you are growing into that Queen of Light energy, right? The inspired person who's here to inspire that same light to shine in other people. Whew, good heavens. This is definitely the highest, spiritual reading I've done yet. And the divine is shining through here for sure. And the card that was on bottom for, as I pulled your 3 cards to get started, Aquarius, was the High Priestess. And obviously, that is the highest spiritual connection, divine connection through the feminine. It's just beautiful. So let's get our final oracle card. I'm in my magic, spiritually aligned. What advice, tips, any sort of mantra does Aquarius need moving into January 2022? This 2 of Pentacles energy. What advice do we have for dear sweet Aquarius? Can we get 1 card put a bit order? Just looking for a key. There we go. Harsh. Ooh, this is beautiful. Nice feather too. The universe powerfully, that's a word. The universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. Bam, look at that. And even look, there's feathers here too. Great big love. Lean into the love that you have to offer, Aquarius, the love that you deserve as well. When you balance this, when you recognize that the gift that you have is from a place of love, that the divine around you is invested in you as well because it knows the gift that you have is one that others see as a miracle, you will manifest not just your purpose, but your destiny. Phew. Aquarius, wow, buckle up. December, January, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting ride for sure. So I truly hope that this resonated for all the Aquarians, sun, moon, and rising out there. Like, share, subscribe, comment below if you want to share more about your journey. And I will see you all in 2022.